Hi YouTube, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel. I am the resident reader for this YouTube channel, as well as for the Divine Resolution Tarot business that operates in Minnesota. If you would like to work with me, all of the information is in the description box down below. This reading is intended for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you're watching for a Scorpio, this may feel like a message for you about your Scorpio. So please just take it however it resonates, and if the roles need to be reversed, please feel free to do so. I'm doing this quick spread to look at the situation that will have your attention in love for the next few weeks for the month of February. And then after that, we'll take a look at your energy for the month of February as well. So let me just move these over. I'm going to do one more shuffle and see what comes out. So there's a new path that you're considering taking this month, Scorpio, because I feel like you've leveled up in some ways. Something has ended in your life with this World card, but then I see it's followed by the Hierophant, which speaks to commitment. It looks as though you've made some sort of decision. Almost the energy of you coming after someone that initially it seems like things maybe never got off the ground, or there was some disappointment around an opportunity. I feel like you're spending a lot of time thinking this month. You could be thinking about an Aries. You could be thinking about an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And because there's almost this energy of you looking towards your future, looking at what really makes you happy. And I feel like you're thinking about someone that has turned their back on you this month is kind of what this is looking like. Okay. Yeah, this looks like there's something you're trying to manifest this month, Scorpio. Or something that you're waiting for, some sort of offer, maybe an apology. Bottom of the deck is your energy in the reverse. So you're trying to manifest something not changing. It's almost like you are trying to come out of conflict with someone. You're trying to go back to a space in your life where you were once very happy with this Justice in the reverse. This is the energy of you having turned your back on something initially that was very loving, and then you've come to the realization that there was something very unfair that happened in the situation. It could have been something that you did or something that the person you were dealing with did. If you were committed to something, it looks like you're walking away from it, or it looks like you've walked away from someone that really was in a place of knowing their worth and their value. And it looks like now you're contemplating what was the reason for that, and what do you want moving forward. So I'm just going to take a look here at what came out, because this will kind of tell us the first part of February, the middle, as well as the end. End of February, it looks like there is some sort of offer that you'll be extending, or an offer coming in for you. I feel like whatever you've been going through, this had to happen so that you could really open your heart chakra, because we do have this King of Cups energy coming out, which is your energy, and it's showing me that emotionally, this is almost like the progression of your evolution as far as emotional maturity. You know, you start off the month in a place of being the Emperor in the reverse and feeling quite unstable. Maybe you are not in contact with someone, because we do have this Queen of Swords coming out in the reverse. And so it's almost like the energy of you looking at maybe some sabotage that you've conducted in your past when it comes to something that had the potential to be very happy. I feel like you're starting to look at maybe the role that you played in the relationship, or roles that you've been playing in relationships that you've had in your life over the month of February. And that's making you feel the energy of really wanting to change the way that you operate when it comes to love. I'm just looking over here because there's a decision that you're making to end something. And I feel like what's ending here is your indecision, as well as this Knight of Swords in the reverse. So if you've had a habit of being very impulsive or impulsively exiting a situation before it could really get off the ground, I feel like this month that's something that will come to an end, because I'm seeing you release old behavior patterns. I also feel as though you're going to try to open up to someone and really tell them how you're feeling towards the end of the month. And I think that you will have a very positive response, to be honest with you, because it looks like this person could possibly be waiting for you to reach out. With this Four of Cups ending your reading, though, you may get communication from your person, but I'm unsure if it's exactly what you want or if it comes to you as soon as you want it. I do feel like it'll come in for you, but there's an energy of maybe feeling as though it's not the response that you wanted. Maybe you've left this person waiting for so long that when you reach out, they don't jump at the offer to reconcile or to speak with you right away. So I'm going to shuffle the deck, and then I will take a look at you for the month and kind of see what's going on in your thoughts and feelings. We're going to take a look at what you're manifesting for the month, as well as the opportunity and the obstacle here. And we'll see what is the driving force from your past that's got you moving forward, what the main situation is that's affecting you. You could be waiting for someone to communicate with you. There could have been some sort of argument. You could be fearing that someone will turn you down if you reach out to them based on the way that you've made them feel in the past, or you could be fearing reaching out to someone based on what you think their response will be to you. So yeah, that's you doing a lot of thinking, right? And you're trying to figure out what exactly in your life is no longer serving you. Like I said, I feel like you've grown quite a bit, or you will be doing a lot of growing through the month of February. And you're probably spending a lot of time on your own, just really contemplating what it is that you want and where you've been, right? This is an opportunity to really end cycles in your life that are no longer in alignment with what you want. And we have the Justice being the situation that's influencing you. So you're really starting to look at situations that you've been putting yourself in, maybe things you've been committed to. You're trying to find a way to move forward, and maybe you feel as though you owe someone an apology, or maybe you feel that someone owes you an apology, but there's an air of there being a lack of communication in this situation. We do have Virgo as well as Libra, so you could be dealing with either of those signs or have them in your chart. But to me, this is you contemplating what you need to do next and then making the decision to do it, because this is almost feeling as though time is running out for some reason. I'm getting that energy very strongly. It could be that you're concerned about the person that you have your eye on. With this out of sight, out of mind energy, you may be feeling as though someone is forgetting about you. In your feelings, you have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So you could be feeling as though someone did not see your value or your worth. You could be feeling as though you didn't value someone when they were in your space. You could also be reneging on an offer or removing a commitment from someone if you feel as though they've been treating you unfairly, right? The past situation that is influencing you the most for the month is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is very much the energy to me of you retracting the time that you were giving a situation, because this is the initial offer, and now this is you really thinking about what you want and perhaps having a change of heart. Your thoughts are the Two of Swords. So there's something that you feel as though possibly that you lost. You know, maybe someone was giving to you and they stopped giving to you, and now you're feeling quite alone. But your thoughts are that you're not sure how to get this person's attention. I feel like in this particular spread, you're thinking that the ball is really in the other person's court, that you don't feel as though you have the power to really fix this. You could also be thinking that you're being ignored, or you could be thinking that you're ignoring someone else because you haven't made a decision yet about how you want to proceed. What you're manifesting for the future is the Five of Swords. So this is you putting yourself first, and that's very good because it seems like you've been in a space of possibly not putting yourself first. With this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, you could be feeling like it's time for you to exit a situation, and so your future is you doing that very strategically, regardless of what other people involved want. This could also be you trying very hard to get the upper hand in a situation. And so I'm going to clarify this because this is a really interesting energy. It's like you want to change the role that you've been playing in situations. Maybe you feel as though things are always unfair, and now you're in a space of trying not to ever put yourself in a place where you could be hurt again, or where you feel as though you're being defeated when it comes to love. Your opportunity here is the Devil. So you have a chance to really put an end to conflict in your life. You have an opportunity to change the way that things have been going, like I was saying. You do have an opportunity to restore harmony and balance into your life by looking at the cycles that you've been participating in that are keeping you stuck. So any behavior of self-sabotage, kind of like what I saw in that initial spread, any self-doubt or addiction, any codependency, this is giving you an opportunity to really address what it is that's been keeping you stuck in regards to love. This also is giving you an opportunity to cut yourself away from people in your life. Like this card can signify an ex partner. And so maybe you're feeling as though you're at war with an ex. Maybe you're dealing with a court battle that's got you feeling very lonesome. This could be the energy of you getting a divorce and taking your wedding ring back, or, ending an engagement. This is an opportunity for you to figure out what it is that you want and to be able to start bringing more peace into your life, okay? I feel like there's something where you feel as though you're always the person that's getting screwed over or left out of the equation. And I feel like that's why you're manifesting this Five of Swords, because this is almost like you fighting your demons or trying to change fate. The obstacle here is the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So there's been a lot of stagnant energy. There's been a lot of delays. This Eight of Wands in the reverse can often talk about having a lack of direction, which with this Two of Swords, that shows me that this is something that you're not clear with your mental about where you're going next. And so the action isn't moving forward for you. I do think you'll gain that clarity and perspective though, because we have this Hermit coming out and it's being crossed by Justice. I think though, with this Eight of Wands in the reverse, there can be some energy here around something that was once moving forward very good, turning into something that's very toxic, okay? And so I feel as though we don't have any cups in the situation. You're trying very hard to get clear about what you want and not be emotional. But I feel as though your emotions may be impeding your progress, because this can talk about being very angry and something that you love turning into something that you hate. And with this Devil energy, sometimes that is what fuels us, is our own bitterness, right? With that Five of Swords. So just be mindful of that energy for the month. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So it's showing me that you're releasing yourself from a situation. It looks like you may have decided to commit to someone and you're rethinking that decision. You're feeling as though that's not what you want for the month of February, because when this Lovers comes out in the reverse, this talks about making a decision when it comes to love, but it talks about regretting the decision that you made or feeling as though you were too impulsive. You may not have followed where your passion really lies because of a commitment that it looks like now you're trying to free yourself from. But what I'm seeing here is that not only are you trying to manifest something not coming to an end, but you're trying to heal yourself before you move into a new situation. I feel like whatever the commitment is that you've been dealing with, this very much is the energy of there being deception. There could have been multiple people involved in your situation. You could have been feeling as though this wasn't going anywhere, right? And now you're really starting to see things for what they are, that this just may not be the situation for you for the month of February. So give me a romance oracle or a relationship oracle. Self-esteem. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. I feel like your self-esteem has been affecting the way you've been operating. We have reunion coming out, as well as overcompensating, indecision, and smothered. So when this Queen of Pentacles energy comes out, in the reverse, this does talk about someone who has the capacity to smother you very much. This is kind of that overbearing energy. This can be somebody who wants you to do everything they want you to do, but they don't show up for you. You could be feeling as though the person that you're dealing with or have been dealing with is using you. With this indecision that's coming out, that's the Two of Swords energy, as well as overcompensating and smothered. So what I'm seeing here, Scorpio, this is kind of the energy based on this spread and the last spread, that perhaps you went into a situation because you were trying very hard to make things look better than they are. You could have been dealing with someone because you were trying to get the upper hand in a different situation or to get someone's attention. And now that's created some problems for you. Okay. That's what it's looking like. Maybe you moved into a relationship because you didn't want to be single. But the hard part about that is initially it made you feel better. Now it seems as though it's turned into something that you're not too happy about, right? Because there's a lack of accountability when that Queen of Pentacles comes out in the reverse. So it could very well be that whatever this is, somebody has done something to you and now they're not willing to apologize, right? You could even be feeling a tad bit vengeful this month, and that's something that was coming through very strongly based on the fact that you may be feeling as though this person has humiliated you or devalued you, right? So I think you're trying really hard to figure out what is the right move, what's the fair thing to do as far as this situation goes. But you're not concerned about what's fair for this person anymore, right? You really feel as though you've given your power up to this situation and you're ready to do something different. You may be blocking someone out of your life in the month of February. You may be feeling incredibly defensive. But I feel like the main issue here is you're having a hard time figuring out what's worth your time and what you want to fight for, right? Because there's this energy of codependency. This person that's coming through in your reading may be incredibly codependent. So we had the Queen of Pentacles come out in the reverse. We also had that Queen of Swords come out in the reverse. So there could be two people in your life that are asking you for two different things this month. And you could be trying very hard to find balance, but unsure as to what direction to go in. I'm going to pull you some advice cards. It seems like a very complicated situation, Scorpio. It almost seems as though you were afraid of one situation and so you went to something that was safe or comfortable, but you're finding out that that is not the situation for you either. Yeah, simplify your life. That's what I was saying. This seems very complicated. I think it's time for you to cut away things that are not in alignment with what you truly want, right? Let's see what we have. Okay. Yeah, independence. That's coming through strong, that there is a really codependent energy, whether it's you or this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. That's something you're going to want to address this month. And maybe, you know, with that Eight of Wands in the reverse, you feel as though you can't move yourself out of the situation right now. And that really is the obstacle, is setting boundaries when you're so close to someone, you know, if you're in the same house or the same space. So we have make a wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. So getting clear on what you want, right? We also have simplify your life, eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. So it's time to start cutting some things away so that you really can move forward, right? We have independence, decide for yourself, exercise your right to choose. I feel like this is talking about that Queen of Pentacles in the reverse energy, because that is someone who is very controlling, right? We have relaxation, allow yourself to be lazy. It's okay to do nothing. So maybe take a break from stressing over this, because there's a lot of energy of stagnancy here. And sometimes when we get stuck, it's like we just want to go, but we don't really know where we're going. It's very important that you embrace this hermit energy for the month of February so that you can get really clear on what you want, but then move forward into the Wheel of Fortune energy where you're taking action, right? And you're allowing your life to really change. I'm going to take this over to the extended reading. We're going to take a look at you and the person that you're dealing with and what they're bringing to the table. We're going to look at what they think of you and how they feel and what they want. We're going to look at the state of the relationship and the blockages that you're experiencing. And then we're going to do a reading for every zodiac sign you could be dealing with, Scorpio, for the month of February. So we can see what they're bringing to the equation, how it will affect your life, and what the outcome will be. I hope that this was helpful for you, and good luck figuring this out. Happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate, and I'm sure I will speak to all of you again soon. But in the meantime, do take care. Bye. But this is all the energy of someone who is completely avoiding everything that's going on in their situation and in their life. It's like they have no mental clarity. They're just doing whatever, and I feel like this person could even be dealing with multiple people for the simple fact that the conflict here is a lack of direction and a lack of commitment, right?